Good morning, Habitat. Welcome and thanks for joining our third in a series of Facebook Live events. We're out here at our Olive Street rehab site, and a lot's been going on out here over the past month. I'm happy to and excited to share with you some of the things that we've been doing. I'm Mark Van Loo. I'm the Executive Director with San Gabriel Valley Habitat for Humanity. Project that we're in, I thought I'd point out right next door. This was one of our first acquisition rehab projects that is now pretty much complete, and we are getting ready to pair that house with one of our partner home buyers, and in the not too distant future somebody's going to be making that their brand new first ever home. So we're very excited about that. We'll talk about that a little bit more and maybe take a tour of that in our next Facebook Live event. Meanwhile, let's talk about Olive Avenue rehab here. We haven't been doing too much inside the house. We've been focusing mostly on the exterior and in the yard right now. Some of the things I'd like to point out have to do with the energy efficiency and sustainability that we build into every project. We feel that a home should not only be affordable to purchase, but also affordable to live in as well for a lower income family. So we take a lot of steps to not only comply with current code, but also to, in some cases, exceed that and go beyond to make these homes very affordable to live in. So some examples are the roof. We've been working on the roof of this house. Some people don't realize in our part of the world that we use something called cool shingles or cool roof. And these shingles are designed to reflect a lot of the sun's energy back up and away from the house. It keeps your home cooler, your attic cooler, makes your air conditioning system more efficient. We also use a type of siding that's called a cementatious fiberboard siding product. And this siding will be very durable. It's not like wood where it can be eaten by termites and the finish won't hold, but it will hold the finish very well. It'll be very maintenance free and it'll endure for decades to come. Taking a look at the windows, we use all vinyl windows, which means no exterior maintenance. You don't have to paint the windows or do a lot of maintenance to keep them working properly. And those too will last for many decades, and the glass in those windows is insulated glass, so there's an airspace between the two panes of glass, which makes them very efficient and again keeps your energy bills low. Let's take a walk over here and talk about some of the landscaping features we incorporate. First thing I'll point out about our landscaping is that we try to, on a rehab project, we try to retain as much as we can. So trees that are viable and in good shape, we trim them up and make them healthier and keep them. Any other plantings and things that we can keep and reuse, we do, because that's one of the best ways to do things in a more sustainable way. This particular lemon tree here, we trimmed it all up, got it in good shape. We also put this moisture barrier down and this weed barrier down, and if you notice this pipe sticking up here, this is what's known as a deep root watering system. So rather than spraying water on the surface of the ground to try and water this tree, we can actually, it's tied into the irrigation system, and it puts water deep down underground where the roots are and where they need it, and you don't experience the evaporation that can occur if you're just spraying it on the ground. The irrigation systems that we either use or improve in the case of a rehab are designed to be low water use. So it starts with the plantings and things that we choose. We try to select native and drought tolerant plants for anything new that we add, and we try to limit the amount of turf or grass in a particular yard, because that's one of the biggest users of irrigation and water. And what a lot of people don't realize when you think about energy efficiency and sustainability, that in our part of the world, water is very precious and often very scarce. So the more we can save water, the better we're going to be as a community, and it's going to keep the energy costs low for the home buyers. So whenever you can save a gallon of water in your landscaping and in your home, you not only save the water that would be wasted, but you also save the energy, the power that would be needed to move that water around. Here in Southern California, water isn't just bubbling up out of the ground. We have to bring it in from long distances, and it takes pumps and equipment to make that happen. So the power that is needed to run all of that equipment is saved for every gallon of water you save. So you not only conserve water, you conserve electricity as well. Some of the other key elements around here, you can see a lot of the rocks that are comprising the new landscaping. All of these rocks we found on site, either on the surface already or we dug them up. So we repurposed them and used them to minimize the amount of stuff that we have to buy. The mulch that you see inside of the rocks, that would have been headed for a landfill, but we were able to claim it and reuse it to keep it out of a landfill, and it makes a beautiful addition to the landscaping here. Many of the trees, really all of the trees that you see out here right now were existing, and we've cleaned them up, trimmed them up, and then we will add some additional trees, most likely fruit trees, because we like to add trees that not only provide shade and beauty, but also food for the family. So these are just some of the things that we incorporate into our landscaping practices that end up making the site not only beautiful and very livable, but also very energy efficient and sustainable. That's our goal with every project. So that's a quick update on where we are on this project. I'd like to talk for a minute about some of the things that are coming up very soon. So just in September, this next month, we're going to be embarking on our first ever ADU, or accessory dwelling unit project, in partnership with the City of Pasadena and Union Station Homeless Center. We're going to be building an ADU on a property in the City of Pasadena that will be used for rapid rehousing of economically homeless women. So it's really going to make a big impact in getting people off the street and into a safe and decent home. And we're excited to partner with Pasadena and Union Station Homeless Center to make that happen. Pasadena Community Foundation provided the funds for this project, and all of us together are going to create a situation that's going to help some homeless women get off the street and get into a safe and decent living situation. It's also going to allow us at Habitat to have an accessory dwelling unit prototype. We plan to use accessory dwelling units in our future work where it makes sense to provide additional housing, affordable housing for folks in the community. So it's a really good partnership, and we're going to be starting that in September. We're going to have a groundbreaking in later September. Be watching for that virtual event online. You'll be able to see what that's going to look like. We also have a couple of new construction projects coming up. We have a project in the City of Pasadena that will be 2 new construction units that will be starting this fall. We also have a project up in Altadena where we're going to be building a single family home on a lot that'll be starting later this fall. We have projects coming up in the city of Azusa and additional projects in El Monte, Baldwin Park. So we're very excited to have so much going on at a time when we were concerned we might be struggling, but actually we are thriving and able to keep moving our model forward. One of the things that's helped us continue to move forward during this pandemic and during all of the challenges we've experienced is folks who have supported us throughout. And a good example that's going on right now is we have a matching campaign. And this campaign goes through the end of September. That means that for every dollar someone contributes to our organization now through the end of September, that dollar will be matched by a couple of partners we have. Royal Business Bank and Pacific Premier Bank have both stepped up and offered to match the contributions from the community now through the end of September. This is a huge opportunity to double the impact of your gift. So please consider going to our website, which is www.sgvhabitat.org, and consider what you might do to help us continue to move forward, continue to build and renovate safe and decent housing for the community, even during this time when there are so many challenges in making that happen. So I think we're going to wrap it up for today with that. I want to thank you all for joining this morning. And again, Mark Van Loo, Executive Director, San Gabriel Valley Habitat for Humanity, we're excited to have you as a part of our community. We're thankful for your support, and God bless and stay safe. We'll see you soon.